Hi students, how are you all? Fine. Okay, welcome to today video. Subject is Social Science, that is chapter 1. The name of the chapter is Arrival of Europeans in India. In 2 sessions we have completed half of the chapter. Now we will start the remaining chapter. The Dutch. After 100 years of the arrival of the Portuguese at the end of the 16th century, the Dutch of Holland, now it is Netherlands, came to India for trading. Initially, they established forts at Pulicat and Madras. They also established a trading center at Agra in the year 1663. Meanwhile, the British also arrived in India. The Dutch could not withstand with the competition against the Britishers. See children, after the 100 years of the arrival, Portuguese came. Then the Dutch of the Holland, now it is known as Netherlands. They also came to India for trading, means for business. First of all, they have established their forts at Pulicat and Madras. The Madras, it is now known as Chennai. They also established a trading center at Agra in the year 1663. At that time, the Britishers also arrived in India. But suddenly, the Dutch could not withstand with the competition against the British. British also arrived in India, right children? For why? For trading. The Dutch could not withstand with the competition against this British. Understand children? Okay, this is about the Dutch. Okay, now British interest in India. During the reign of Queen Elizabeth of England in the year 1600 CE, the British established the East India Company. This company belonged to merchants who wanted to increase their wealth by undertaking trade with India. See children, during the reign of Queen Elizabeth of England, during the period of Queen, that is the Queen of the Elizabeth, here reign means who have the power of rule of England in the year 16. The British established their company. The name of the company is East India, and this company belonged to the merchants. Merchants means here businessmen who do tradings. So they wanted to increase their wealth by undertaking trade with India. Who? This East India Company. Okay children, the first British ship arrived in India at the port of Surat in the year 1608 CE. Captain W. Hawkins, the captain of the ship, was the first British to set foot in India. He met Jahangir but did not get his permission to trade. Thereafter, Sir Thomas Rio arrived in India, who acquired the permission to establish a trading center in Surat. Later, Delhi went into the hands of Shahjahan. Shahjahan gave permission to the British to carry out trade in Bengal. See, the first ship was arrived first. Where? In the Surat in the year of 1608. So who was the captain of the ship? Hawkins was the captain of the ship, and he was the first British who set their foot in India. Then he met the Jahangir for the business, but he did not get permission. So thereafter, Sir Thomas Rio arrived, who acquired the permission to establish a trading center in Surat. Then later, this Delhi went into the hands of Shahjahan. In whose hands the Delhi went? Shahjahan. Then Shahjahan gave permission to the British to carry out their trade in Bengal. So this Shahjahan, who have the Delhi in his hands, he gave permission to the British to carry out trade in Bengal. Understood? Who was the captain of this ship? Hawkins. He was the first British to set their foot in India. He met with the Jahangir to get a permission for the trade. But thereafter, the Thomas Roe arrived. Then who acquired the permission? Who given the permission to establish a trading center in Surat? At last, the Shahjahan gave permission to the British to carry out trade in Bengal. Okay. The next one. Next, the French. The French established the French East India Company in the year 1664 CE. They established factories in Surat, Machilipatnam and Pondicherry. The head of the French company was Joseph Francois Dupleix, who had the desire to expand the European rule in India. Thus, the French and the British stood in competition against each other to become the strongest European company. There were innumerable disputes and battles, and finally the British emerged as the winners. However, the French retained their control over the trading centers of Pondicherry, Mahe and Chandranagar. See children, here the French also established their company. The name of the company is French East India Company. They established their factories in Surat, Machilipatnam and Pondicherry. The head of this company was the Joseph Francois Dupleix, who had a desire to expand the Europeans' rule in India. Thus, the French and the British, both of them stood in the competition to become the strongest European company. So there were innumerable, it means many disputes and battles. Battles means here war, and finally the British was the winner. So these French had retired their control. It means they have lost their control over the trading centers of Pondicherry, Mahi and Chandranagar. So this French has retained their control over the trades of these, and the Britishers were the winners. So French has lost in this way their trading centers at the Pondicherry, Mahi and Chandranagar. Okay, then next, British trade in Bengal. The British first started their trade on the banks of the river Hugli and established forts in the year 1651 CE. The forts were garrisoned for their protection of the factory and got permission from the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to trade without paying tax against an annual payment. See children, here the British trade in Bengal. So they have started their trade on the banks of the river, where in the Hugli, and established forts there at the banks of the rivers, and the forts were garrisonized. See children, garrisonized means troops stationed in a town. See in the picture you can see so many of people were there. Okay, that is called garrisonized. Why? For the protection of the factory and got the permission, because these peoples were in a large group. Why? For the protection of the factory, and in this way they got the permission from the Mughal emperor. Who was the Mughal emperor children? The Mughal emperor was the Aurangzeb. So to trade without paying tax against an annual payment. See children, here the Mughal emperor got the permission from the British trade. Okay, who was the Mughal emperor? Aurangzeb, and they can done their trade without paying any taxes. See children, without paying any taxes against an annual payment. So they got the permission from the Mughal emperor Aurangzeb to trade without paying tax against the annual payment. Okay children, you have understood children? Okay, then bye bye, take care, have a good day.